Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about word problems. How do we solve them? So the first question is, I add 8 to a certain number, I double the result, my final answer is 40. What was the number? Here's the solution. Let the number be x. Of course, when solving word problems, we represent our numbers by alphabets. We represent them with any alphabet we like. So let the number be x. X, according to the number, I add 8 to a certain number, and we already represent our number by x. So x plus 8, I add 8 to a certain number, so that will be x plus 8. I double the result, so you are going to multiply all that x plus 8 by 2. My final answer is 40 and equate it to 40. So we have, if we open the brackets, we have 2 times x is equal to 2x, 2 times 8 is equal to 16. So that will be 2x plus 16 is equal to 40. So we collect the like times by taking 16 to the other side. So since it is plus 16 from the left hand side and we want to take it to the right hand side over the equal to sign, so it's changed to minus. So we have 2x is equal to 40 minus 16, and this will give us 2x is equal to 24. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 2. So 2 will cancel 2, and we have 24 divided by 2, that will be 12. So x is equal to 12. The number I add is 12. So that's the conclusion. Remember, in word problem we write conclusion. The conclusion is very important. So the second question is, I subtract 10 from a certain number, I divide the result by 5, my final answer is 9. What was the number? So here's the solution. Let the number be x. That is, we represent the number by any alphabet we like. So me, I like choosing x, so that's why I'm representing the number by x. So I subtract 10 from a certain number, that will be x minus 10, because we have subtracted 10 from a certain number. If it is I subtract a certain number from 10, that will be 10 minus x, but here it is I subtract 10 from a certain number, so we have x minus 10. I divide the result by 5, divided by 5, the final answer is equal to 9, and we equate it to 9. So we cross multiply here. We should remember that our 9 is still the same thing as 9 over 1. So when we are cross multiplying, we multiply 5 times 9, and x minus 10, we multiply it by 1. So x minus 10 is equal to 5 times 9, that will be 95. That will be 45, I'm sorry. So that gives us 45. And we collect the like times. We have minus 10, we are from we have x minus 10 on the left hand side is equal to 45 on the right hand side. So we want to take minus 10 from the left hand side to the right hand side over the equal to sign. So we have to change the sign. It's now become plus. That's why we have x is equal to 45 plus 10. So x is equal to 55. The number is 55. That's our conclusion. So the number I subtract 10 from originally is 55. So here is the next question, question number 3. 3 is added to twice a certain number and the sum is quadrupled. The result is 9 less than 7 times the original number. Find the original number. So here's the solution. 3 is added to twice a certain number. We don't know the number, so we represent it by alphabet. So you can just choose any alphabet to represent the number. It's not important that it must be x, but x and y, they are the commonly used alphabets. So you can take A, you can take B, you can take N, you can take Z, you can just take any number, any alphabet you like, So I'm going to represent the number by x. Let the number be x. So 3 is added to twice a certain number. Twice x, that will be 2 times x. So 3 is added to twice a certain number, so that will be 3 plus 2x. And the sum is quadrupled. So the sum of 3 plus 2x is quadrupled. So we are going to multiply all 3 plus 2x by 4. So that's why I put brackets there. That is, it is not that you are going to multiply 4 by only 3 or 4 by only 2. But the sum of 3 plus 2x, that's what? 3 plus 2x. And the sum is quadruple. So you multiply 4 through the whole 3 plus 2x. The result is 9 less than 7 times the original number. 7 times x, that will be 7 times x. That will give us 7x. And according to the question, the result is 9 less than. So we have 7x minus 9. So we open the bracket with 4 from the left hand side. So we have 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 times 2, that will give us 8x, is equal to 7x minus 9. So here we are going to collect the like terms. We take 7 to the left hand side. So we have 8x on the left hand side already. We take 7x to the left hand side because it is minus from the right hand side. So when we take it to the left hand side, it's become, because it is plus from the right hand side, so when we take it to the left hand side, it become minus. So we have minus 9 on the right hand side already. So we take plus 12 to the right hand side, and because it is crossing over the equal to sign, and what is the sign of 12 on the left hand side before is plus. So when we take it over the equal to sign, is changed to minus. So it becomes minus 9 minus 12. So 8x minus 7x, that will give us x. And minus 9 minus 12 will give us minus 21. So the original number is minus 21. Remember, the conclusion is very important when solving word problems. So you have to write the conclusion, because the question says find the original number. So after solving and you got your final answer, you should write the conclusion. So the next question reads, I add 14 to a number and then double their sum. The result is 1.5 times what I get when I double the original number and add 14. Find the number. Solution. So just like we have been doing, we represent the number because we don't know what the number is, and we represent it with an alphabet. So let the number be x. So I add 14 to a certain number, that will be 14 plus x, and then double their sum. So that will be multiplied by 2, just like we did in question 3. So we multiply x plus 14, we multiply everything by 2. The result is 1.5 times, that's one whole number 1 over 2 times. We are going to multiply it with what is coming, times what I get when I double the original number. When we double the original number, that will be 2 times x, because we represent the original number by x, and 2 times x is 2x, and add 14, 2x plus 14. So we have the equation x plus 14 all into brackets 2 is equal to one whole number 1 over 2 all into brackets 2x plus 14. So we open the brackets with 2 on the left hand side. So we have 2 times x, that will be 2x, and 2 times 14 to be 28, is equal to, on the right hand side, we try to change the mixed fraction to improper fraction. And how do we do that? We multiply the base by the whole number, that's 2 times 1, and we add the numerator. We have 2 times 1, that's 2, plus 1, that will be 3. So we have 3 divided by 2 into brackets 2x plus 14. So we multiply through by 2. We multiply through by 2 in order to clear the fraction we are having on the right hand side. So we multiply through by the denominator of what is on the right hand side, and that's 2. So we have 2 into brackets 2x plus 28 is equal to 2 times 3 over 2 all into brackets 2x plus 14. So 2 times 2x, that will give us 4x, plus 2 times 28, that will give us 56. Now on the right hand side, 2 times 3 over 2, we are going to cancel out 2 times 2 because 2 can divide 2 and we will be left with 3 over 1, and 3 divided by 1 is still the same thing as 3. So we have 3 into bracket 2x plus 14. So we have 4x plus 56 is equal to 3 times 2x, that will be 6x, plus 3 times 14, that will be 42. So we collect the like terms. We have 4x minus 6x is equal to 42 minus 56. So we have minus 2x is equal to minus 14, and we are going to multiply through by minus 1 because we are having minus at both sides. So in order to clear the minus, we multiply through by minus 1, or we divide through by minus 1. It's still the same thing. So we have minus times minus is going to give us plus. So we have 2x is equal to 14. So we divide through by the coefficient of x. Here the coefficient of x is 2. You can also write divide through by 2, since you know that the coefficient of x is 2 and you want you to get an exact value for your x. So you can write divide through by 2, but in mathematics we prefer to write divide through by the coefficient of x. So we have 2x divided by 2 is equal to 14 divided by 2. So we strike out the 2, that is 2 divided by 2, that will give us 1, and also on the right hand side 14 divided by 2, that will be 7. So we have x is equal to 7 and the number is 7. So the number I add to 14, the number I add 14, as the question reads, I add 14 to a number and then double their sum. So that number is 7. So here is the fifth question. 2 over 5 of a certain number is added to 4 number 1 over 3. The sum is same as when 3 over 5 of it is subtracted from 14 whole number 2 over 3. So find the number. Solution. Let the number be y. We represent the certain number by y. So 2 over 5 of y is equal to 2 over 5 times y is equal to 2y over 5. So we have, according to the question, 2 over 5 of a certain number is added to 4 number 1 over 3. So we add 2y over 5 plus 4 number 1 over 3, and this will give us 2y over 5 plus 13 over 3. Of course, when we change 4 number 1 over 3 to an improper fraction, we are going to have 13 over 3. So 3 over 5 of it, the it here refers to y, that certain number. the certain number is being represented by it. So that's why they say 3/5 of it. The it refers to the certain number. So we have 3/5 of it refers to 3/5 of y, and this will be equal to 3y/5. And also 14 whole number 2/3, when we change it to an improper fraction, we are going to have 44/3. So we have 2y/5 plus 13/3 is equal to 44/3 minus 3y/5. Because in the question it reads the sum is same as when 3/5 of it is subtracted. So that's why we are subtracting 3y/5 from 44/3. So here is our equation. We find the LCM. The LCM of the right hand side is 15, and also the LCM of the left hand side is 15. That's the LCM of 5 and 3. So on the left hand side we have 5 divided by 15, that will be 3. 3 times 2y, it will give us 6y, plus 3 divided by 15, that will give us 5. 5 times 13, that will give us 65, and equal to, now we are going to the right hand side, 3 divided by 15 divided by 3, that will be 5. 5 times 44, that will be 220, minus 15 divided by 5, that will be 3. 3 times minus 3y, that will give us minus 9y. So since we have the same denominator, we strike out the denominator, they are going to cancel each other, and we have 6y plus 65 is equal to 220 minus 9y. So here we collect the like terms. So from the right hand side we bring minus 9y to the left hand side, and because it is having minus on the right hand side, when it's crossed over the equal sign, it's become plus. So we have 6y plus 19y is equal to 220. From the left hand side we want to bring plus 66 to the right hand side, and because it is having plus, so when it's crossed over the equal sign it becomes minus. So we have 220 minus 65. So we have 15y, that will be 6y plus 9y is going to give us 15y is equal to 220 minus 65 is going to give us 155. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of y, and the coefficient of y here is 15. So we have 15y divided by 15 is equal to 155 divided by 15. So we cancel out, we strike out the 15 divided by 15, that will be 1, and 155 divided by 15, that will be 10 whole number 1/3. 10 whole number 1/3. So the number is 10 whole number 1/15. So here is the sixth number. 5 years ago, a man's age was 2 plus x times that of his wife, who was x years old. If the age of his wife now is 10 years, what will be the age of the man in 3 years' time? Here's the solution. 5 years ago, all this happens. Man's age is equal to x into brackets 2 plus x, because the question says a man's age was 2 plus x times that of his wife, who was x years old. So 5 years ago, the age of the wife is x, so we multiply it with 2 plus x. Wife's age is equal to x. Yes. So presently, the age of the man will be x into bracket 2 plus x, plus 5. Why are we adding 5? Because we want to talk about presently. The age of the man 5 years ago is x into bracket 2 plus x. So to know the age of the man presently, since that was 5 years ago, we just add 5. We just need to add 5. The difference between now and 5 years ago is 5. So that's why we are adding 5. So we call that our equation 1. Then wife's age presently is 10. We are given that in the equation. So that means 5 years ago, if the present age of the wife now is 10, that means 5 years ago, the age of the wife will be 10 minus 5, and that will be 5. That is, the age of the wife 5 years ago is 5. So now we substitute 5 for x in equation 1 because 5 is the age of the wife. Because 5 is the age of the wife. So we have man's present age to be equal to 5 into brackets 2 plus 5 plus 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 times 7, that will be 35. Plus 5, everything add up to 40. So we have the present age of the man to be 40. Now in 3 years time, the age of the man will be 40 plus 3. So that will be for the 3 years. So the man will be 43 years old in 3 years time. So the 7th question says 3 consecutive odd numbers add up to 93. Find the numbers. 3 consecutive odd numbers add up to 93. Find the numbers. Here is the solution. You should note this is 3 consecutive odd numbers. So if the first number is 1, the second number must also be odd, which is 3. And something to note is that between 3 and 1, the difference is 2. That is, 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. That's the positive difference between 3 and 1. So if we represent our first number by d, that is, let the first number be d because we don't know the numbers, then the next numbers will be d plus 2 and d plus 4. D plus 2 and d plus 4. So we keep on adding 2 because the difference between any 2 consecutive odd number is 2. So that's why we are adding 2. So that means, according to the questions, d plus into brackets d plus 2 plus into bracket d plus 4 is equal to 93. Why are we putting into brackets d plus 2? Because d plus 2 is the second number, so we have to put it into brackets to represent the second number, and d plus 4 is the third number, so we put it into brackets to represent the third number. So we open the brackets with plus, so we have d plus d plus 2 plus d plus 4 is equal to 93. And when we add up all the d's on our left hand side, we have 3d. 2 plus 4, that will give us 6. So we have 3d plus 6 is equal to 93. So here we collect the like terms. So we have 3d is equal to 93 minus 6. Yes, of course, when we take 6 from the left hand side to the right hand side, crossing over the equal to sign, it will give us minus 6. So we have 3d is equal to 93 minus 6 will give us 81. So 3d is equal to 81. 3d is equal to 3d is equal to 87. I'm very sorry for that. So 3d is equal to 87. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of 3d. The coefficient of d, and that's 3. So we have 3d divided by 3 is equal to 87 divided by 3. So we strike out the 3, it remains d here on the left hand side, and 3 can easily divide 87. 3 in 8, that's 2, remainder 2. Put the 2 at the back, at the front of 7, so you have 27. 3 divided by 27, that will be 9. So our d is equal to 29. So here, all we mean here is that the first number, the first odd number is what? 29. So the second number is d plus 2. The second number is d plus 2, if you won't forget. So we have 29 plus 2, that will be 31. And the third number is d plus 4. D plus 4. And that will be equal to 29 plus 4. That will be 33. So the 3 consecutive odd numbers are 29, 31, 33. So I'm going to show you how we can solve the same problem 7 with different approach. So using another method, let the first number be d. In the previous method we said let the first number be d, then the second and third number will be d plus 2 and d plus 4. But here it is not important, it is not a must that we add 2 to the first number. We can also subtract 2. Yes, because if we subtract 2, we are still going to get an odd number. For example, if the odd number is 3, if we subtract 2, then we are going to get what? 1, and that's also an odd number. And if we subtract 2 again from 1, we are going to get minus 1, and that's an odd number. So the two other numbers are d minus 2, d minus 4. I think I just explained that. That is, instead of adding 2's, we subtract 2's. So according to the question, d into brackets d minus 2, that's the second number, plus d minus 4, that's the third number, is equal to 93. That is the sum of the 3 consecutive odd numbers now. So we have d plus, when we open the brackets, we open the bracket with plus, of course. So we have d plus d minus 2 plus d minus 4 is equal to 93. So we add up all the d's. So we have 3d, and minus 2 minus 4 will give us minus 6. Minus 6 is equal to 93. So here we have minus 6, and we want to collect the like terms. So if we take minus 6 over the equal sign, we are going to have plus 6. So we have 3d is equal to 93 plus 6. So we have 3d is equal to 99. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of d, and that's 3. So we have 3d divided by 3 is equal to 99 divided by 3. So 3 cancel 3, and 99 divided by 3, that will give us 33. So d is equal to 33. So our first number is what? 33. So hence d minus 2 is equal to 33 minus 2, and that will give us 31. And d minus 4 is equal to 33 minus 4, that will give us 29. So the 3 consecutive odd numbers are 2, 29, 31 and 33. You see, we got the same answer as we have gotten in the first method. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, like and share. It is totally free.